everyone. Welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So today's reading is taking a look at the next 30 days for you. So whenever you find this reading, whenever you're watching it, that's when the 30 days starts. And we're going to look at whatever Spirit wants to tell you. So it isn't based on a certain area of your life, up front specifically. When you get into the reading, when we get into the cards, you're going to find out what area of life it is. And get the messages that Spirit wants you to have for this next 30 days. So these 3 cards came out of those readings. I'm recording the intro after having done the readings. And hopefully they'll help you know which reading is most likely for you. But also use your intuition, trust your gut. So group 1, choose group 1. Your card is number 25, and it's the Ring. Group 2 is card number 22, and it's Choices. And then group 3 is card number 18, and it's Dog. All right, this obviously is just one small piece of a bigger reading, but hopefully it will help nudge you towards the reading that is meant for you. So all you have to do is pick your card, pick your reading, go down into the description box, click on the timestamp for the reading the group you want to watch, or the chapter. There's chapters now. Click on that. It'll take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there. All right. Thanks, y'all. Hey, group 1. All right. We are going to take a look at the next 30 days for you. It could be in any area of your life. It could be your love life, your career, your family life. It could be anything. So we'll leave it up to Spirit. And the time frame begins now. So it's not necessarily a beginning to end of the month or anything like that. It's the next 30 days from whenever you find this video and you're watching it. All right, let's get some tarot cards on the table and see what we've got going on here. We have Ace of Pentacles reversed, Page of Pentacles, 3 of Swords reversed, and 10 of Swords reversed. And I'm going to pick one more as an advice card from Spirit. And we have 3 of Pentacles reversed. And I've got some other cards here that we're going to pull after, but let's take a look at these first. Okay, give me just a second. I want to take these in, listen for any initial messages from Spirit, and then we'll talk about what's going on here. So give me just a second. All right, they're saying this next month for you is all about taking a step into the future. What else can you tell me about that, Spirit? They're saying you already know. So if this reading is for you, you know this already. So this is not a surprise. Spirit is here to tell you how that's going to go over the next month. Okay. What else did you want to say? You're saying there's a message here of letting things take their course and not fighting the progression of change that is upon you. You're going to experience a lot of changes in the near future, beyond the next 30 days. But it's like this next month is the start of it, kicks it off in some way. You're saying you're going to see things you didn't expect. What do you mean by that, Spirit? You're saying in your life, like it could be like the way people act, the way people react to you and the situation, how other people take these changes that are happening in your life. There's Spirit saying it's not going to be what you expect. You may have a certain expectation of how people will perceive or react to this change that's happening, or this change that you're making, but it's actually not going to be like that. You're saying something about it being more personal. But that's all they want to say about that. So we'll learn more as we get into the cards, but hopefully that means something either to you now or at the end of the reading, once we get through all this, that it's going to be more personal, or at the end of the month, right? Okay, so your first card is the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Spirit's saying you're leaving something behind. Again, they're saying you're taking a step into the future. An opportunity, a job, a situation that may have at one time felt like a gift. The aces they're a gift from the universe, just kind of plucked out of the air and handed to you, right? Not that you didn't deserve it or anything, but it's sort of like all the stars aligned and here you go. But there's something here that you're walking away from. It's Spirit saying you're meant to. So don't feel like, oh, it was a gift from the universe. Am I supposed to hang on to this, this thing, this job, this situation, whatever it may be. Spirit saying you're exactly where you're meant to be, doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. You've got it right. Don't worry. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. Spirit saying you're going to be learning something new. Pages, among other things, are students, right? When we're looking at the court cards, they're the youngest, they're the most inexperienced. They've got a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy for something, but not a lot of experience with something in some area, right? So you may have a lot of experience in your job, for example, but maybe you're taking a little bit slightly different path where you have to learn some new things, where you have to kind of, train a little bit, educate yourself in some way. For some, that will be a bigger deal than others, obviously, but there is something here about you being a student in some way. They're saying going back to the beginning, but not quite. Because you've already gotten to a certain point, even if you are changing directions, you're not starting completely over. But you are making a change that does require you to sort of start at the beginning in some way. Now, I've been talking about it as if it's a job, because pentacles a lot of times have to do with jobs. It doesn't have to be. It's anything that is in some way tangible or grounded or earthy in some way. It could be, so like, for example, for some of you, it could be, you have a home, and when it came to you, right, when you bought it or moved in, it was a gift. It felt like, oh my gosh, how did this fall in my lap? But now you're ready to move out. and you're moving to a new place. It might be a new neighborhood, new community, new state, new country. And there are certain things you're going to have to learn over again, right? So it could be something like that, just to give you another example. But you know your life. I'm sure you already know what this new situation is, right? I try to throw out examples as they pop into my head because somebody here, that's probably their situation. Okay. Then we have the Three of Swords reversed. Spirit's saying during this next 30 days, you're going to be letting go of old wounds. You've been hurt by something. Battling something within yourself. Now, it may be, if we're going to go back to the house situation, maybe you're moving house because you had a breakup or a divorce. It's entirely possible. You would already know it, just so you know, if that was going to happen. That would have already happened. This is sort of like the step into the future. But even if it's a job situation, Spirit's saying something about you having learned the hard way, what you are willing to accept and not accept in this situation. And in some way, you accepted too much. And it took some of you away. It damaged you a little bit. It hurt you. It bruised you. And I don't mean damaged as in it can't be fixed, right? Because the Three of Swords reversed, you are healing. You are coming back from this situation. You are... Spirit's saying you're already starting to feel revived, just knowing that this change is coming. You can feel it. And you're ready. Spirit is saying there may be some things that come up over the next 30 days that remind you why you're making this change, why you need it. Remind you of what happened that hurt you. Maybe whatever the situation was, maybe it sort of peeks its head back at you a little bit in some way. But this time you're going to know what it's like to say no. I'm not interested in that anymore. I know what I'm willing to accept, and I am not willing to accept that. And you're going to be able to put up put the boundaries in that you need to protect yourself. And that's what this time is about, going forward. It's about you learning to protect yourself and not letting other people find ways to stab you, right? Find ways to get to you, manipulate you, hurt you. Being vulnerable is one thing. We all need to be a little bit vulnerable to experience life. But we don't have to allow others to hurt us, to damage us, to destroy us, to cause us harm, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, that makes us question our own worth and our own values. In this next month, you're going to start saying no. And that's going to be good for you. All right. Then we have the Ten of Swords reversed. They're saying the time of acting... say that again. They're saying the time of acting benevolent is behind you. What do you mean by that with the Ten of Swords, Spirit? Spirit saying because you've been hurt, you've been at the bottom. This situation has in some way like emptied you, right? It has in some way hurt you more than you expected, right? And you kind of just accepted it for a long time. You knew it wasn't right. You knew it was wrong. You knew it wasn't good for you. You knew that you knew better. And in some way, you still allowed it in order to keep the peace, to make everybody feel okay. You're kind of going to be over that. It's like this, back to what they said, the time of being benevolent is going to be behind you. You're not going to just allow situations or people or a job hurt you when you could be standing up for yourself and setting boundaries and saying no. And that's more of what you're going to be doing over this next month. Interesting. All right. Let's get a little more information, a little more detail, get some more cards out. See what else Spirit can tell us. Okay. All right. We have Three of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant. Interesting. We have the Six of Cups. And the Three of Wands. And we'll pull one more just to get a little deeper on the advice. We haven't talked about the advice yet, but we'll go ahead and pull the card now. And we have Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Three of Pentacles. Spirit saying this is something you've been working on for a while. This change. You've sort of known that this like ending, beginning, transition, movement into a new area was coming. You've known it for a bit. Like this didn't suddenly happen. Or at least not for most of you, because that's really all I'm getting. You tried to make the most of it. You even enjoyed it, right? You know, if it was a job, there were parts you really enjoyed about it, and you were good at it. You know, better than most. If you look at this card, you can see the one, you know, with the paintbrush, she's drawing the yellow pentacle. And look how much cleaner and more professional it is compared to the others. It's like you worked really hard to get it right and to do the best job you could. If this isn't a job situation, whatever the situation is, you tried your hardest to make this work, to make the most of it, to be the best you could be. To have it be everything that you hoped for when that began. But now you're moving on. And we have the Page of Pentacles and the Hierophant. The Hierophant just emphasizes, again, that this is going to be a time when you're going to be learning. They're showing me like you're opening the door to go to school, to go into class. And this may literally be you going, you know, maybe you're going back to school to learn something new. Maybe you're changing your majors and you're starting over with something different. Or it's just a different path, a different avenue that you're taking with a situation, and you're having to learn again. Anything else you wanted to say about the Hierophant? Spirit's saying the teacher, in some way, the teacher is inside of you. Meaning, even if you're taking a class and there is an actual teacher, the inspiration, the motivation, the drive to learn is all within you. You can make this happen out of your sheer desire to learn. Whether you have to learn it on your own, or you're taking a class, or it's something you have to learn, like on the job, for example. They're saying you may be surrounded by help, but the true teacher in the situation is within you. And they want you to know that. Like, they really want you to internalize that and acknowledge that. So whatever that means for you, trust it, because it's important. For one thing, it's one of the few major arcana cards. There's only 2. And it's sort of a double message. And they're coming through really strong on that. So, okay. Then we have the 3 of Swords reversed and the 6 of Cups. Again, of course, you're going to be healing from something. But something or someone may come back in over the next 30 days with an offer, with an opportunity, with a gift. Spirit is saying, be careful. Be careful what you accept. Make sure it is in your best interest. Not necessarily your wallet, right? Not necessarily your title, if it's a job thing. Know what's important to you. Know what matters to you. And remember the reason why you're making this change. This offer may sound very enticing. But remember, if this is coming in from someone or a situation or a job that previously hurt you, that damaged you, that didn't care so much about your well-being, that it's likely to happen again. Like, you've got an escape route now. Be careful what doors you reopen. Okay. Then we have the 10 of Swords reversed and the 3 of Wands. You're absolutely letting go of the version of you that allowed like this to happen. 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. You're not that person anymore. You're taking a step back. You're walking away. But you're taking a step back and recognizing your own boundaries. And with the 3 of Wands, you are absolutely taking a step into your future as a new version of you. And it's the right thing. It's the right move for you. And you are the right you for the move. It's like all of this had to happen to get you to where you needed to be to make this change. Because this change couldn't happen with the old version of you. Interesting. Okay. So the advice from Spirit. 3 of Pentacles reversed and the Wheel of Fortune. First, they're saying don't accept an offer that doesn't agree or appeal to your highest values. You know what the past was like. Don't be afraid that, don't be so afraid of the future and allow it to pull you back into a situation that you've just, like, you're on the verge of removing yourself from. So be very careful. They're not saying don't accept any offer. Okay, for some of you, they're saying yes, we are. But I'm going to say this caveat is that any offer that comes in, weigh it against your values. Weigh it against this new version of you and your plans and your hopes and your dreams. And don't sacrifice that for anything, because you're on your way. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, trust that this is in your best interest, that you are going to rise to the top, that you are going to win, that you're going to get what you deserve. You know, your courage, your bravery, your hard work, not just at that situation, but on yourself over this time, has led you to this moment. Don't believe for a second that you are meant to fail. The only failure is giving up and not believing in yourself. So trust, believe in yourself. Know that the wheel is turning in your favor with this change. All right, we're going to pull a few Lenormand cards here just to see what else they can tell us. We have the Ring and the Sun. We'll pull two more. Okay. We have House. And we have Coffin. Interesting. Okay, so a commitment you're making, this commitment you're making to yourself, to a situation, to a new job, to a new you, whatever it may be, is going to be so positive and full of luck and good fortune and opportunity. Like, all the gifts in the Lenormand deck are sort of embodied in the Sun. It's like it gives this commitment you are making new life. A beautiful life, like when the sun comes out. Then we have the House and the Coffin. And I think it's interesting that earlier they gave me one scenario, obviously not for all of you, of moving your house, right? Moving to a new home. Here on the commitment, we see, I don't know if you can see it, tiny little house on the ring. And then we have actual house with the Coffin. Something is changing with your home life. So you're getting a new home. You are creating a new family for yourself. You're definitely saying goodbye to an old house, home, place, location. If you're in like the real estate industry or something that has to do with the home, property, goods in the home, that's ending. You're going in a new direction. But really, truthfully, many of you, this may not be the big change that you're making. The big change may be something even bigger. But for many of you, it does involve actually moving to a new home. What does it mean for those who are not? They're saying, for those of you who are not moving, and it's absolutely going to be a change in your lifestyle. starting in the place where you are most comfortable, which is your home. So like from your base up, right? Everything that was is going through a transformation. You know, it's not like every single thing is ending, no. But everything is going through a transformation because it's a new you, a new situation. It's like a new cycle for you. And you've committed to it. And it's going to be so fortunate and so lucky. This ending is inevitable. And it's good for you. But it may involve you moving to a new location, new house, new job. For sure. So, all right, group one, that's all I've got for you. I hope that was helpful. I would love to know, what is this thing you're embarking on? What change are you making? Let me know how it resonated for you if you want to. I always love to read your comments. If it resonated, I hope you'll give the video a thumbs up. It means a lot to me. It's super easy and free, y'all. So thank you for that if you do. And mostly I just want to say thank you for being here, for watching this video and supporting my channel with your views. All right, thanks y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, group two. All right, we're going to take a look at your next 30 days. So the next month, the next 30 days starts whenever you find this video, today while you're watching it, starts now. So don't worry about when it was posted. This is a timeless video. And I did not put a topic on this other than the 30 days. We're going to let Spirit tell you what you need to know most. All right, let's get some tarot down. All right, we have the Page of Cups reversed, Six of Wands reversed, Two of Pentacles reversed, and 10 of Wands reversed. Wowza. A lot of reversals here. All right, we're going to pull one more card as the advice from Spirit. And don't worry, reverse cards doesn't mean bad. Generally means a lot of internal energy rather than external. But we'll see what Spirit wants us to know about that. Don't worry. And the advice is the Temperance card. All right. Okay. Give me just a second. I want to take these cards in and listen for any initial messages from Spirit to get us started. And then we'll talk about what's going on here. So give me just a sec. Okay, they're saying you're going to be experiencing a lull in activity around your home and or around your work. Okay. What else? You're saying this is not about not having anything to do or like trying to find something to do. It's more about learning how to quiet your mind and accept what comes your way. They're saying because the 30 days after this 30 days is when things are really going to kick in. So that's good for you to know. I'll have to do another 30-day video before that time is up for you. Anything else, Spirit? they're saying you're getting ready for a peaceful time, which you have not had in a long time. You've been very busy. You've been very stressed. You may have had a lot of anxiety, a lot of worries, a lot of work, a lot of responsibility, a lot going on. But you are about to get a break. Spirit's saying, but don't take it too easy because you still have work to do. It's just going to be quiet work, inner work, which is what we saw, right, with all these reversals, for sure. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's talk about the cards. Your first card is the Page of Cups reversed. They're saying your feelings or your emotions have taken a beating, like previously, before this time. You might feel right now like your cup is empty, like you have nothing to give. And really, like, not even room for anyone else to come in and help you fill that cup. You're just feeling kind of empty. Spirit's saying there is more coming. What do you mean by that, Spirit? Okay. There's going to be emotional fulfillment that is coming. So don't let this downtime concern you. This is not a permanent condition. This is a very temporary condition for you because you need it. You need it. Okay. And then we have the Six of Wands reversed. Spirit's saying you need to, during this time, you need to, or you're going to reconsider what you think is possible. What you consider success. What you call success is going to matter in the future. So up until this point, you may have had a certain idea of what success means. And I really feel like the time leading up to this has been like really tough on you. And that recently you may have like experienced some sort of either breakthrough or, you know, possibly something fell apart. I don't know. I can't tell. It feels like a crumbling to me. But you know what happened previously. But in this 30 days, you're going to spend some time reconsidering, rethinking, reevaluating what you think success looks like for you. And as you do that, you're going to be creating a new version of success for yourself. Just by focusing on it, by not evaluating what has gone wrong in the past, don't do that. Focus on what success looks like for you going forward. And the universe will step in and help you create that success. Okay, it's beautiful. All right, then we have the Two of Pentacles reversed. You're not going to be juggling so much in this next 30 days. Like they said earlier, things are they're going to get very quiet. You might even feel a little bit lonely. You might feel like you don't have enough to do, like you don't have enough going on. It may have you feeling a little bit antsy. Spirit's saying relax. This time is meant for you. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And it's a very short window of time, and then things are going to pick up in a new way after anyway. So If you're worried, like for one example that I'm getting for some of you is that if you are like in between jobs and this next 30 days is going to be quiet, right? You're not going to have a job to go to. You don't maybe have as much to do. There may be a worry for you that another job won't be coming in, right? Soon. Spirit's making it very clear that this is a short-term situation. This is a short-term time for you to like reevaluate your life and what's important to you and to set new priorities. So let the pentacles drop, right? Let the balls drop. It's okay to not have enough to do right now. And they're going to give you some advice on how to fill your time and how to make the most of this time for sure. And then we have the 10 of Wands reversed. You're not going to have the burdens that you had previously. You're letting everything go and sort of starting over, giving yourself a fresh start. But like before this fresh start can begin, it's like you have to recalibrate. You have to tell yourself, your higher self, what you want this next phase of your life to look like. What's important to you? How do you want it to go? How do you want the future to be for you? Interesting. All right. Okay, let's pull some more cards. Let's see what else Spirit can tell us about this next 30 days for you. And then we'll get into the advice. And finally, I've got some Lenormand cards just to get another peek at what will be going on for you. All right, we have the Two of Pentacles, the King of Cups, the Empress, the Seven of Swords, and we'll pull one more to go along with your Temperance card as the advice. And we have 10 of Wands. Now this deck doesn't read any reversals. So it gives us a chance to see things from an upright point of view. Okay, so the Page of Cups reversed and the Two of Pentacles. Spirit is saying your balance is off a little bit as you're heading into this 30 days. You're lacking like the emotional fulfillment, the inner happiness, the joy that will help you like get back on your game, right? Your balance is off. And if you notice on this Two of Pentacles, it's like she or he, I'm not sure, is balancing. It's almost like a seesaw, a teeter-totter. And it's perfectly balanced on that. But then you see this cat about to jump on the one side and you know, poof, he's gonna go flying off. It's like the balance is so precarious and the smallest thing will set it off and send everything tumbling, which we see happens. What else did you want to say about that, Spirit? They're saying, don't let this situation rattle you. Yes, you may be out of balance. Things don't feel quite right to you. Things are definitely different this month. It almost feels like it feels a little lost, like, what do I do now? And how do I recover from this kind of thing? Or what do I focus on? As your balance sort of, tips and turns a little, don't let it rattle you. Go with the flow. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with your life. Just trust that this is temporary and this is not an accident. It's not an accident. It's not a punishment. It's not a problem. This is happening to help you. Okay. All right. So we have, again, the Six of Wands reversed and the King of Cups. The King of Cups? Okay. Hold on one sec, y'all. So the Six of Wands reversed. We talked about having to go within yourself and reevaluate, reconsider what you think success looks like for you. As you do this, you're going to find that you're a level of like emotional maturity, that your level of calm and content and your ability to handle the waves, right, will get much, much better. So the imbalance that you start the month off with, as you start to re-envision what success looks like for you, re-envision what your future looks like, you're going to start to feel better and better. All around you, it still may be very volatile. If you can see the waves are moving and like there's animals jumping in the water and all kinds of things happening, but this king is not rattled. He's calm. He's just there. He's looking at the future from one hand, just like you, right? And in the other, he's holding his upright cup of emotion and fulfillment. You're going to feel much, much better once you have time to just go within and reevaluate. Something may have happened before this time period that had you feeling like you failed, like something wasn't good enough, that something didn't work out, that something just wasn't right. And, maybe you were blaming yourself, maybe you were blaming, a situation in your life, whatever it is, you're going to find as you reevaluate that it was never your fault. It was never about you doing anything wrong or going in the wrong direction. It was about, it is about you sort of going in the wrong direction. In other words, you didn't do anything wrong. The universe, spirit just wants to turn you a little bit so that you're on the path you're meant to be on. Okay. Something about your previous situation had you really not going in the right direction for you, right? Something about it wasn't right. And now you're going within and you're reevaluating. And it may not even have been a previous situation. It still may be your current situation, but you're going to be taking this next 30 days and really spending a lot of time going within and kind of understanding where you are and where you want to be. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles reversed and the Empress. As you are like laying down the responsibilities, the all these things that you've been juggling that have been like tossed out of balance. You're going to begin to, rather than pick up those pieces and just go right back at what you were doing, you're going to let those pieces lie, and you're going to birth something new. And this Empress is all about birthing something new, and something not just new, but something wonderful, something absolutely abundant and fertile and beautiful. It's a process that you're at the very early stage of, but this is where it has to start. It has to start by you going within yourself and taking the time to not, to become who you are meant to be. You have to decide who you want to become, if that makes sense. And so you're going to start birthing something new in the next 30 days. And then with the 10 of Wands reversed and the 7 of Swords, you're going to leave all of that behind, and you're going to head in a new direction. You're going to head in a new direction with a new thought process, a new game plan. It could be a new opportunity. It could be a new group of friends. It could be a new romantic partner. Whatever it is for you that you have reevaluated, you have given yourself the time to really consider. By the end of the 30 days, you're going to be putting that burden down 100%. That burden that was draining you of your emotional energy and having you feel like you're not good enough. You're going to put it down. You're going to lay the burden down. And you're going to walk away. You're going to start over. You're going to take what is now your newly acquired beliefs and thoughts about yourself and your life that, these are the swords you're walking away from. You're leaving behind the 2 swords that don't serve you. That's negative thoughts. That's, thinking poorly of yourself, whatever frustrations you may have been feeling. You're leaving those behind, and you're taking these swords with you. And these are all the new thoughts and ideas and beliefs that you've sort of come around to, or that you will come around to in the next 30 days. And you're going to be in a place to start over. That's beautiful. Interesting. So it's a quiet month, but it's still a busy month, if you know what I mean. All right, so the advice from Spirit, we have the Temperance card and the 10 of Wands. Spirit saying your one job this month is to regain your balance and to fill your own cup. So, at the beginning of the month, your cup feels very empty, right? If you notice on the Temperance card, she's pouring water from one cup to the other. She's filling her own cup. She's balanced with one foot in the water and one on land. She's got this path that is leading to something beautiful with the sun. And these flowers in the foreground that represent peace and tranquility and calm. Your one job. Your one job. You're going to lay every other burden and responsibility down that you can. Your one job this month is to focus on this. Finding balance, finding some inner peace, and filling your own cup. Because that's going to get you to the next phase, which should begin, shortly after this month is over. All right, let's get some Lenormand cards and see what other information Spirit can tell us. Okay, all right, we have choices and dog We're going to pull two more. All right, we have letter and we have cross. Okay. All right, so this month you're going to be making a decision. Say that again, Spirit. So the dog represents, among other things, it represents loyalty. You know, if you think about the faithful dog, it represents friendships. The path that you're going to be taking, it's a choice. You have a choice and you're going to be making a decision. You're going to be making a decision that feels good to you. It feels comfortable, you know, like the family pet, like a best friend. That's how this decision is going to feel to you. Okay. And once you make that decision, then we come to the letter and the cross. Tell me what you want to say about that, Spirit. Oh, okay. Once you make the decision, Spirit's saying you're going to get a message that changes the way you believe in some way. Your spiritual beliefs, I mean, it's not like you're going to change religion. I mean, I guess you could, but it's more like, it's like you're having an epiphany. That's the word that's popping into my head. But it's not just an epiphany. It's a download from Spirit. Tell me about the letters. There's some kind of communication. They're giving me some things, but they're it's going to vary, you know, from person to person. For some of you, truthfully, some of you who are like in a spiritual mindset or will work your way into one, you're actually going to start hearing Spirit more, like clairaudiently. You're going to be getting messages from Spirit. That obviously is not going to be for everybody. Not that everybody can't do it if you know, really focused, but for others of you, it's a message coming in or messages coming in that changes your beliefs in some way. Could change the way you know, like we talked about, changes what you believe success looks like, what you believe is important, what you believe your worth is. And they're saying these messages, this, you know, it could be any kind of message. It could be a letter in the mail. It could be a phone call. It could be a text message. It could be an email. It could be something on social media. But they're saying it's going to come from an unexpected source. So it's not going to be quite so typical, or an unexpected person possibly. But this message or messages are going to help change your perspective. And it's going to help you heal from what has been really a troublesome time. Like, I'm just feeling like you've really been put through the ringer. But it starts with you making a decision that feels good to you, that feels loyal to your higher self. And then things will start to come together for you. You'll start to get more and more of an understanding, and you'll get information that will help you. And by the end of the month, you are going to be putting the burden down and walking towards something new, something much, much better, much better. So focus on that journey. Focus on filling your own cup, on finding balance. Don't worry about the past. Don't worry about what didn't go right before. Everything is changing now, and it's starting inside you. So start there. All right, group 2, that's all I've got for you. It's a very, very interesting reading. If you want to share what's going on with you, I'd love to hear it. Just drop me a note down in the comments, and I read all of them. I promise you. And I respond to all of them. But I hope this helped. If it resonated, you might want to, give the video a like. It just helps my channel grow is all. And I just want to say, most of all, I'm really grateful for your being here, for watching and supporting my channel in any way you can. All right, thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, group 3. All right, we are going to take a look at the next 30 days. What's going to come up for you, what you can expect. It can be in any area of your life, depending on what Spirit wants to tell you, I guess. So let's see. I'm going to pull some tarot cards. We'll talk about those. And at the end, I'll pull some Lenormand as well. So this 30 days is going to start right now. Whenever you found this video, whenever you're watching it, that's when it begins. It's a timeless video. All right, we have the 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords reversed, Knight of Swords, and Queen of Wands reversed. I'm going to pull one more as an advice card from Spirit. And the advice is 5 of Pentacles reversed. All right. We'll talk about these, and then I'll pull some more cards in a bit. Get a little deeper. All right. Okay. Give me just a sec. I want to take these in and listen for any initial messages that Spirit might have for you and for this reading. All right. So give me just a sec. Spirit's saying that the people that you are surrounded by, that's going to change in this next 30 days. You're going to meet some new people. You're going to say goodbye to some people. You're actually going to become friends with someone new. And this person's going to help you in some way. Okay. What else, Spirit? Okay, Spirit's saying this isn't about picking new friends, right? Or picking new people to be in your life. They're saying you are evolving, and you have been for a while, into like a new version of yourself. And this time, this next 30 days and beyond that, you're going to start seeing some of the changes you've made in yourself start to manifest in your outer reality, particularly with the people in your life. Like, you're not getting rid of necessarily like family members or close friends. It's not like that. It's more like the people you meet and you talk to, people you're not that close with. Spirit's saying right now that like they're not the right people. But you're going to have an opportunity to meet some new people that are more like this new version of you, that will be more accepting of this new version of you and more open to it. And you're going to feel more connected to them than people you have met recently in your world. Okay. Anything else? Spirit's saying, let go of the need to hang on to what doesn't work for you anymore. And to who you no longer are, right? I feel like you've already kind of done that. But sometimes when change is happening around us, sometimes we tend to cling on to what's familiar and what's comfortable instead of where we know, like, we're headed. So resist that urge to let go. There's a lot of good people coming into your life in the next 30 days, but also even beyond that. You'll see it start to happen in this next month. Okay. All right. Very cool. All right. So your first card is the Three of Pentacles. Okay. For some of you, part of this change has to do with work. Your work environment is changing. Some of the people you work with may be changing. Some of you may be leaving a job, taking a new job. Okay. And what about the people it's not about their work? Yeah, they're saying it's the same scenario. So for some of you, yes, there's going to be a change with your work that you would probably already know about at this point. For others of you that it's not a work situation, you're still going to be changing the places you go, the places you frequent, like in your downtime or whatever. It could be, I don't know, for some reason I'm getting a new church. It could be a new church. It could be, new restaurants, new shops, new areas, new classes, new events. Just, you're going to new places and you're going to be meeting new people. And again, for some of you, your work situation is going to, or the people you work with will be changing in some way. Okay. And then you have the Two of Swords reversed. Okay. The first thing Spirit said is don't listen to the naysayers. People tend to want you to stay exactly the way they know you, the way that makes them feel comfortable. It can, for some reason it scares people when other people are changing. It shouldn't, but it does. And so like they, not on purpose, but they tend to try to talk you out of it sometimes, not knowing that this is the best thing for you. So don't listen to that. Okay, what else did you want to say about the Two of Swords? They're saying, in this next month, to be clear, you should be clear about what you want. And you will have some clarity as well. It's like something that you have avoided recently will suddenly become more important to you. for example, the example I'm being given, this doesn't mean it's for all of you, but hopefully will illustrate what I'm saying. If, you had been previously going out and doing things and really meeting all the wrong people, and so you've sort of stopped doing that. You've stopped going out, you've stopped because it feels like a waste of time. In this next month, you're going to make like a conscious decision to do some of those things again, but with the idea in mind of going to new environments and trying to meet different kinds of people. So you're not just going back to the same old things, but you are putting yourself back out there. This could also be in dating as well. Even at work, it could be just, who you gravitate toward. You start pulling away from people that are not your people and gravitate more towards people that are. But it's going to be a conscious decision. You're going to get some clarity on that. And you're going to know that this is the right time to do it. And then you're going to do it. With the Knight of Swords, once you make up your mind, you're going to go. It's almost like you're going to be on a mission to meet new people, even like find new hobbies and find new places to go, and really putting yourself out there to make friends, to find people who are more on your wavelength, on your vibration, and with interests like you do. Even if they don't like all the same things you do, they're interested in what you're interested in some way, and vice versa. Spirit's saying they're not going to be exactly like you. No one could be. That was a nice thing to say. Thank you, Spirit. They're not going to be exactly like you. So don't look for people who are exactly like you, because that's not the point, right? The point is to meet people who complement you, who are complementary to who you are, in a way like they're interested in some of the things you're interested in, yes, but they're also interested in other things. And maybe by talking to them, you become interested in some of those things. And it's a way that we grow and we expand. If we only surround ourselves with people who are exactly like us, all we do is kind of get into a rut. But you also don't want to be with people who are so different and on such a different wavelength that there is no connection. But you are definitely going to be putting yourself out there more and really making an effort. Okay? And then we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. Okay, Spirit's saying this is somebody you're going to come across. Can you tell me more about this person? It could be male or female. It's not gender specific. It's more about this person's energy, but I will call it a her because it's a queen. This person is very outspoken. This person, they might try too hard, like to be seen and heard. It's almost like it doesn't come natural to them, like the Queen of Wands would if she was upright. She, and again, remember, I'm saying she, but it could be a he as well. This person, you're going to meet this person. This person wants to be friends with you. And they're going to be good for you. So don't shy away from it. I'm sorry, say that again. Spirit's saying, okay, she might be like a little bit in your face, not in a bullying way, nothing like that, but just like very, how do I put that? Almost like very exaggerated. Very, like they're saying very pronounced. maybe even a little bit larger than life in some way. And yes, it will seem a little bit like they're trying too hard to be seen and heard. It may seem a little like extra. But ignore that part, right? Ignore it. It's just how they are. But Spirit's saying you guys are, if you give this person a chance, you will become thick as thieves. They're going to be good for you, and you are going to be good for them, because you have complementary interests and complementary attitudes and strengths. Okay, interesting. Okay, I like that. All right, we're going to pull some more cards, get a little deeper here. We still need to talk about the advice, but I'll wait till we get all the cards out, and then we'll talk about what Spirit wants to give you advice-wise in this next 30 days. Okay. All right. We have 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, the Devil, and the King of Wands. And let's get one more for the advice. All right, and then we have Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. You're going to be meeting new people. You're going to be engaging with like a new audience is what they're telling me. I'm sorry, say that again. They're saying be generous with your time. Don't be too particular. Unless you're like absolutely positive that, you know, this is not someone that is like on your wavelength at all. But Spirit's saying you're going to meet a lot of people, and they want you to give them a chance. Be generous with your time. Like be open to, you know, meeting up with people. You know, obviously you have to feel safe, all of that. But what Spirit's saying is don't hoard your time. You can afford to, you know, make some lunch dates or meet up for, you know, to go for a walk, or I don't know, whatever your thing is, with the people you meet. But make an effort to give freely and offer your time and be generous with your time when other people offer it to you. Okay. Then we have the 2 of Swords reversed and the 5 of Cups. Again, Spirit's saying you're going to be letting go of some people as well. It's natural, right? It happens, you know, lots of times in our lives when we sort of outgrow people that we meet and that we know. Again, it's less about, you know, leaving, you know, close friends or family. It's more about the casual people you've been meeting, or that, you know, people that you wouldn't call a close friend because you never really clicked. those people you can start to say goodbye to. Or people that you have outgrown, friends that you have outgrown. With the Five of Cups, there may be a tendency, because you are saying some goodbyes, you are like moving on from, maybe some social circles. There may be a tendency to overemphasize the loss, more so than you really need to or should. Because the people you're leaving behind are not a huge loss. And that's what Spirit's giving me. For the most part, it's not people you spend a lot of time with, unless it's like a work situation, which, But still, it feels like these are not people you spending a lot of time with, personally. And you're not that engaged with. But still, change can be hard. Goodbyes can be hard. You just don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you, because these are not people that you want necessarily in your life in the long term. Okay? All right, so the Knight of Swords and the Devil. You're going to be going after this, right? If this is your reading, it's like, you need some new people in your life. Maybe you need people in your life in general. You want to make friends. You want to put yourself out there. You want to date, maybe. Whatever it may be. Or maybe you're starting a new job and you really want to get to know the people you're going to be working with. You're really making an effort. With the Devil card, the message they're giving me is avoid the temptation to slip back into old habits, into your comfort zone. Talking to the same kinds of people, going to the same kinds of places where you're going to end up talking to the same kinds of people, engaging in the same sorts of conversations. Start something new. You know that what has gone on in the past didn't work for you, right? You were meeting the wrong people. You weren't connecting. If you're going to put yourself out there and make an effort, and I'm seeing here that you're going to decide to do it and you're going to do it, let go of that need to be safe and to fall back into old habits. Okay. And then we have, again, the Queen of Wands reversed and the King of Wands. Okay. So we talked about this Queen of Wands person, this sort of over the top, maybe slightly needy, sometimes like in your face, a little extra person that you're going to actually get along with really, really well if you give them a chance. But Spirit's saying it's not the only person you're going to meet. There's also a King of Wands coming into your life. Again, not gender specific. It may be a man, it may be a woman. But it is someone that has they have their life together. They know what they want. And they sort of go after it. They're very confident and strong in that way. They may be somebody who really loves to travel. If you love to travel, especially if you love to travel, you may meet this person who also loves to travel. And that may spark an interest between you. And I say that because of this particular King of Wands card. Okay, tell me more about this King of Wands. It very possibly could be someone that is a fire sign, right? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But it doesn't have to be. It's someone that just embodies that energy, that fiery, confident, charismatic, I got this sort of energy. What else, Spirit? The Spirit's saying they're going to take you places. So wherever you are, like they may be familiar with different haunts, they may, different places. They may take you to places you might not have known about or gone to on your own or with other people, or again with the travel. You may end up traveling with them. But they're going to sort of like lead the way a little bit. Not that you need to be led, and Spirit's saying that. You don't need to be led. But in order to avoid the temptation of leading yourself right back to where you are now, this person's going to step in and kind of head you in the direction you're meant to go. Help you meet people. Both of these people are going to help you meet people. And that's how you're going to grow this new social circle of yours. I love that. Okay. All right. So the advice we have 5 of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles. All right. No woe is me. No feeling bad for yourself. No feeling lonely. No deciding that there's nobody out there for you to talk to or meet. Or if that's where you are right now, then know in the next 30 days, Spirit is saying, don't do that. Don't do that. Because this month is all about you putting yourself out there, right? Being generous with your time, being open, being a little adventurous. So if you feel yourself slipping into that, I'm lonely, I don't have any friends, I don't have any people who get me kind of energy, really do your best to stay away from that. With the Knight of Pentacles, Spirit is saying, be someone who approaches other people. Don't just wait for other people to come to you. Some will, right? Because you're going to have this energy of, hey, I'm fun. I like to talk to people. I'm interesting. I'm interested. I'm curious about you. People are going to get that vibe from you once you make this decision and go. But Spirit is encouraging you to make the first move, to be the one to offer to meet up, offer to go to an event together, or whatever it may be for you. Be the initiator, they're saying. It will go a long way. It'll go a long way for you. All right. Well, what a fun month for you. I love that. All right, we're going to pull some Lenormand cards to see what else they can tell us here about your month, your next 30 days. And beyond. They're emphasizing it's not just the next 30 days. So this 30 days is just the beginning for most of you. Some of you may have already started this. You may already be feeling it. But they're saying it's going to go, and then it's going to build momentum over time beyond this 30 days. They're saying it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. Okay. All right. We have the Tower and the Cross. Okay. Then we have lilies and the dog. Okay. So the beginning of the month, you have the Tower and the Cross. The beginning of the month may be a little hard for you, right? Things are changing. If you look at this Tower card, you see all the books being thrown out the window. in a way, they're showing me in a way, it's like you getting rid of the people, places, energies around you that really they're not right for you. But the cross sometimes can bring some sadness. It can bring like a feeling of loss. And we did talk about that here, right? Just know when you're feeling that, use that, right? Use that sadness that you may be feeling. Not that I want any of you to feel sad, but they're showing it. But use that to spur you on, to make the decision that enough is enough. You are putting yourself out there, right? Because then you have lilies and the dog. You are going to make, and you're going to start making friendships that are good for you, that bring you a level of like peace and contentment in your life. In other words, the people that you feel very comfortable around, but they're also going to be around for a long time. These are people who are meant to be in your life in the long run. Not everybody you meet, of course, but some of them, yes. For those of you who are going to be, where dating is part of this picture, you may also meet a long-term partner. Anything else there, Spirit? Okay, for some of you, the people that you meet there may be an age gap. They may be people who are older than you. Is that right, Spirit? Or younger, right? But there could be an age gap. That won't necessarily be for all of you, but the lilies can represent, an older age. But in general, you're really going to go from a place of not feeling great, feeling lonely, feeling a little bit of loss, to putting yourself out there, meeting some really interesting people, and making some friends that are going to be in your life for a long, long time. These are going to be like soul connection kind of people who get you, who are meant to like usher you into this next phase of your life. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it for you guys. All right, that's all I have for you. If this resonated, I hope you'll give the video a thumbs up. It's super easy. It's free, y'all. It helps me, helps the channel. It's a good thing to do. But I'm really grateful that you're here. And if you want to drop me a comment down below, I love to read your comments. Anything you want to tell me either about, how this resonates with you, where you're headed, what kind of people you're hoping to meet. I don't know. Whatever you want to tell me. I love it. All right. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.